Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite, man, for October the 6th, 2021. So yeah, man, this is the 2-year anniversary for AEW Dynamite. And overall, man, really great show. I enjoyed the ladder match. Casino ladder match was really good, man. Enjoyed everything about it. Loved the spots in the match. And, Hangman Adam Page coming back as a Joker of the ladder match and him winning him winning the number one contender spot for the AEW Championship. So, yeah, really, really good stuff, man. And great feeling for Hangman Adam Page just coming back and, getting his revenge, getting his redemption by regaining his title opportunity. So yeah, man. So overall, man, I thought it was just a great show, man. Just a great show, man. And so yeah, man, we had the ladder match, the TNT Championship match with Sammy Guevara and Bobby Fish, and we also had an announcement from Tony Khan, a major announcement. They hyped it up before the show even started that Tony Khan had an announcement, a major announcement, and we found out what it was. It was a new championship introduced tonight. And so yeah, so I'm gonna talk about that too. But yeah, man, overall, man, just a great show, man. Just a great show. And yeah, man. So yeah, man, this is the AEW Dynamite review for October the 6th, 2021 on The Ryan Awesome Show. And I say this all the time, and I say it in my intro, man. If you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you'll be the first ones to know, man, when my next video is uploaded because I'm here every single week, man. Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, of course. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling. Fridays for AEW Rampage. And Saturdays and Sundays are for the pay-per-views, man. WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, man. And so, yeah, man. So we were live tonight in AEW Dynamite in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so, yeah, man, we started off the show with an 8-man tag team match. So we had the Super Elite. We had Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, Adam Cole, baby, and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. So together they are the Super Elite versus Christian Cage, who is the Impact World Champion, Bryan Danielson, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. And so, yeah, man, this is awesome match, man. Awesome match. And so, yeah, man. So when the show started, man, all these guys, they were in the ring. No entrances. And so, yeah, they were all in the ring. So I guess the reason why they were all in the ring, I guess to save time. And so yeah, man. So yeah, everybody they took out each other, and the baby faces they took control of the match, and then the heels ended up taking back control of the match, and then the crowd started chanting Kenny no balls, and so Jungle Boy he super kicked Nick at one point when he was on the top rope. He was walking on the top rope, or he was on the top rope, and he super kicked. He super kicked Nick Jackson off the rope, and so it looked like Jungle Boy he was about to lose his balance, but Matt he held on to Jungle Boy so that Jungle Boy can keep his balance. And so yeah, man. So Bryan hit the yes kicks to Matt, and then Luchasaurus at one point he had chopped Matt, so the chop was really loud. And so yeah, man, we had running elbow strikes to Matt from all the baby faces. And so yeah, man. So at that point, everybody was still going at it. And so yeah, we had Michael Nakazawa. We had Michael Nakazawa who was outside the ring. He hit Christian Cage from behind with something. I don't know what it was, but he hit him with something. And Cage he had no sold it, so he turned around and he took out Michael Nakazawa. And then Brandon Cutler he came out too. Brandon Cutler was already out there, and so he sprayed Christian Cage in the eyes with the spray can, with the cold spray. And so yeah, man, we had an indie taker. We had an indie taker from the Bucks on Christian Cage outside of the ring. And so that ended up taking out Christian Cage out of the match. So Cage is out of the match. And so yeah, so the doctors went to go check on Cage, and then yeah, man, we had Matt Jackson. He super kicked Marco Stunt, who was checking on Christian Cage. So I thought that was really funny, man. And so yeah, a dick move too, man, from Matt. And so yeah, man. And so we had Jungle Boy. So we had the Kiss of Death. We had the Kiss of Death from the Super Click. So we had the Young Bucks and Adam Cole did their Kiss of Death. And so yeah, man, we had a brain buster to Kenny Omega from Jungle Boy, and then we had a rebound lariat to Omega. So yeah, we had Michael Nakazawa and Brandon Cutler. They tried to take out Luchasaurus and Bryan Danielson. Bryan and Luchasaurus they took out, Nakazawa and Cutler. And so yeah, man, we had a double DDT to the Bucks from Jungle Boy, and then we had a hot tag to Bryan. He took out everybody. And then Omega and Bryan they were face to face, and so the crowd started chanting yes, yes, yes. And so yeah, so both of these guys they're going back and forth with strikes. We had the yes kicks to Omega, and then we had a top runner to Omega from Bryan. And then yeah, man, and then we had a diving headbutt to Omega from Bryan, and the Bucks had broke up the pin, and then Luchasaurus had took out the Bucks. And yeah, man, and then Bryan hit a tiger suplex to Omega, and then Bryan he had locked in his submission move, his other submission move, the cattle mutilation or the cattle mutilation, and Nick he had broke it up with a swanton bomb. So he had a swanton bomb on Bryan to break up the hole. So I thought that was really nice. And so Luchasaurus he had took out the Super Elite by himself. And we had a super kick to Luchasaurus from Cole. And then Luchasaurus he chokeslammed Cole on top of Omega. And then yeah, man, we had an outside moonsault to Cole and Omega from Luchasaurus. And then yeah, at that point everybody was all over the place. Everybody was hitting each other with high flying moves and all that stuff. And so yeah, man, Omega hit a tope con hero on everybody outside the ring. And so Cole, he was the only one left in the ring, so it looked like he was going for an outside move or a high flying move, but Cole he usually doesn't do high flying moves. He's more of a ground person. But yeah, he tried to go for like a high flying move over the top rope, but he faked it and he did his Adam Cole baby. And so yeah, man, and so yeah, the crowd started chanting, "This is awesome," and yes, it was awesome. And so yeah, man, Luchasaurus he had a standing moonsault to Cole, and then Cole had kicked out. And then we had a low blow to Luchasaurus from Cole. So Cole he low blow Luchasaurus from behind, so the referee did not see it. And so yeah, man. And then at one point we did have like a little botch. We had a botch in this match. We had the Super Elite. They were going for like a power bomb, triple or quadruple power bomb on Luchasaurus, but Luchasaurus was too heavy, and so they ended up dropping him. I mean, they still hit the power bomb, but they didn't get all of it. They didn't get all the power bomb. And so yeah, man. And so the crowd started chanting, you effed up," and all that stuff. And so yeah, we had Cole. He had the Panama Sunrise to Jungle Boy, and then Bryan he had broke up the pin at the last minute. And so that was a close one right there. And then yeah, man, we had a super kick party to Bryan, and then to end the match, man, we had a BTE trigger from all four of these guys to Jungle Boy to win the match. So the Super Elite wins the match. And yeah, man, and that was it, man. That was it with that. As I said before, really awesome match. Love the spots in this match. And once again, man, the Elite, the Super Elite, man, looking good, man, looking dominant. Now that they added Cole, like when they added Cole, man, the group became stronger. The 88 became stronger, man. And yeah, I could not keep up in this match. Could not keep up. Try to get as much as I could, but yeah, that's all I got. But yeah, overall, really great match. Really great match to start off the show. So yeah, man. So that was it with that, man. And so right after that, man, we had Jon Moxley. He was backstage. He spoke and he said that nobody can beat him. Nobody in AEW can beat him or stop him. And then Moxley, he said that he was ready for the ladder match, the casino ladder match that was the main event of tonight's show. And so yeah, man. And so Moxley, he was like, man, at this point, I don't even know what's going on. And he said that he had a 3-month-old baby girl at home, and she's insane. And yeah, man. And so Moxley, he said that Philadelphia is his city, AEW is his place, and the AEW title is his. And so yeah, so Moxley, he was basically hyping himself up for this ladder match tonight. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had CM Punk. CM Punk, he came out to the ring, he spoke. And so yeah, first off, man, we had CM Punk. He did his crowd dive, so he dove into the crowd. And at one point he was canceled, not canceled, but he was banned from doing the crowd dives. But this time he got a chance to do it. So yeah, man. And so Punk, he had thanked the fans for all their support and all that stuff, and he hoped that they're not tired of Punk. And so yeah, and so Punk, he said, Punk, he was talking about his Jordans that he was wearing to the ring. He was wearing some red and black Jordans. And so yeah, man, he talked about his beginnings in Philadelphia, the memories that he had in Philadelphia, wrestling in Philadelphia, and yeah, man, the amount of money that he made in Philadelphia. And so Punk, he says that he's glad to be back, and yeah, and so Punk, he has said that he will give Philly a treat or a gift. He will give them a gift. And so at first he was confused whether they were famous for their cheesecakes or their cheesesteaks. And so it was cheesesteaks. And so yeah, so Punk, he said that he's either gonna wrestle, or he's gonna buy Philadelphia cheesesteaks. And so he went with the wrestling instead. And so Punk, he had challenged Daniel Garcia. He mentioned Daniel Garcia, and then he challenged Daniel Garcia to a match on AEW Rampage this Friday. And so yeah, man, so that was pretty much it. And so yeah, Punk, he had gave a kid that was dressed as Orange Cassidy his pair of Jordans. And yeah, man, and that was it, man. And JR on commentary, he said that, don't worry, kid, you'll grow into those shoes. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, we had Arn Anderson. So we had a vignette, man. We had a vignette on Arn Anderson. He was outside of Cody's house, and he was burning up a black suit. And you had this garbage can that was filled with fire. And so he burnt up the black suit. And so yeah, so Cody, he saw it. So Cody came out of his house. And so Cody, he asked Arn, like, hey, Arn, what are you going to do? You going to shoot me? So I thought that was funny, man. Because of the whole gun incident. Arn Anderson, he said, was going to pull out a Glock. And, the whole promo from last week. And so, yeah, man. So Arn, he had told Cody, why don't you paint a star? Why don't you paint a star on your face and everything will be all right? And so, yeah, so shots at his former character, man, in WWE Stardust. So yeah, man. So Cody, at one point, yeah, Arn, he had asked Cody Rhodes for his tie, and so Cody had gave him his tie, and so Arn Anderson had the tie, and he was about to throw it into the dumpster fire, that garbage can filled with fire, and so Cody had stopped him. He was like, Arn, you don't have to do this. You don't have to throw my tie away. And so Arn Anderson had slapped Cody Rhodes in his face. He had slapped him in his face, and so yeah, and Arn, he had told Cody Rhodes like, hey, you threw us away, damn it. And so, yeah, Cody, he had threw his tie in the dumpster fire, and that was it. That was pretty much it. So, yeah, man. Once again, man, Arn Anderson continuing to look like a badass, man. Continuing to look like a badass. And so, yeah, so that was pretty much it with that, man. And so, yeah, man. So, right after that, man, we had a TNT Championship match. And it was Bobby Fish, who was making his AEW debut. Bobby Fish versus Sammy Guevara, who is the TNT champion. And so, yeah, man. So, Bobby Fish, he came out. He used his Ring of Honor theme song. And so, yeah, man. So, yeah, both of these guys, they were going back and forth. And, yeah, Sammy, he went for a high-flying move, but Fish had kicked him off of the top rope. And so, we had an over-the-top rope senton to Sammy. And then both of these guys, they were trading kicks. And so, Fish, he had took control of the match during a commercial break. Picture-in-picture, of course. And then Sammy, he started fighting back. A standing Spanish fly to Fish. And so Sammy, he tried to go for a high-flying move again, but Fish once again knocked him off of the top rope. And so we had an avalanche Falcon arrow to Sammy Guevara, so that was really nice, man. And Sammy, he kicked out of that Falcon's arrow from the top rope. And so yeah, man, love the Falcon's arrow, man. And so yeah, we had a exploder suplex to Sammy into the corner. And so to end the match, man, we had a GTH to Fish to win the match. So Sammy Guevara wins the match. And that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it with the match. Great match, man. Great title defense from Sammy. And great showing from both of these guys, Fish and Sammy Guevara. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they signed Fish to a contract. Like Fish, we have Adam Cole. We have Adam Cole and Bobby Fish in the same building. Two-fourths of the Undisputed Era. Two-fourths of the Undisputed Era. All they need is Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. But I don't see Roderick Strong leaving. And Kyle O'Reilly, maybe he'll leave, but I don't see him leaving either. But if they all leave, if Kyle O'Reilly leaves and Roderick Strong leave WWE and they come to AEW, man, I could see an Undisputed Era. I would love to see an Undisputed Era reunion, but we ain't gonna never get it. A guy can dream, right? But yeah, man, so that was pretty much it with the match. And so yeah, so right after the match, man, we had members of the America's Top Team. They came out being led by Scorpio Sky and Dan Lambert. And so they took out Sammy Guevara, and Fuego del Sol came out to save his friend Sammy Guevara. And so yeah, the America Top Team took out Fuego. And so Jake Hager and Chris Jericho, they came out to the ring to Judas, to Chris Jericho's theme music. And so yeah, they came in, they were fighting the America's Top Team, and the music was still playing. Music was still playing. And so yeah, man. And so right after that, the music had stopped, and so the crowd started singing along to the music, to Jericho's theme music. And so yeah, Lambert, he was annoyed by the crowd singing along to the theme song. And so Lambert, he had spoke, and so the crowd started chanting, "Shut the F up." And so yeah, man. So Lambert, he had challenged Jericho and the Inner Circle to a 6-man tag team match. And so yeah, man. So it was, I really don't know these guys' name, the MMA fighters' name. They say it like I'm supposed to know, like I'm supposed to know who they are. I don't watch the MMA. I don't know who these guys are. I don't even know their names. But they said one member of their America's Top Team in the Men of the Year versus Chris Jericho in the Inner Circle. And so yeah, man. So yeah, so at first Jericho, he had grabbed the microphone and his mic had cut off, and so he got another mic. And so Jericho, he said that he, along with the Inner Circle, they will beat the ever living shit out of America's Top Team in the Men of the Year. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. Like I said this last week, man. I said this last week. I am not a fan of the America's Top Team. I'm not. All these MMA fighters coming into wrestling, and I like, dude, we see it. We've seen enough MMA fighters, bro. Like, we've seen enough of it. And then like, I'm not a fan of the America's Top Team. I'm a fan of the Men of the Year. I like the Men of the Year, but the America's Top Team, get rid of them, bro. Get rid of them. Like, just have Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, and Dan Lambert. Dan Lambert as that spokesperson, and have Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Just have those three. Dude, the reaction that they get, bro, nothing but boos. Nothing but boos. But yeah, man, that was it with that, man. Not a fan of America's Top Team. But yeah, man. So yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had the Acclaim. So they were backstage. They spoke. We had Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. So yeah, they won a match. They won a tag team title match against the Lucha Bros, who are the AEW Tag Team Champions, on Rampage. So they challenged them for a match on Rampage. And the Acclaim, they are #1 contenders. And so yeah, man. So the Acclaim, they said on Rampage they will take away the titles. And so that was pretty much it with that. So yeah, that should be really good on Rampage. And so yeah, man. So right after that, we had Tony Khan's major announcement. So yeah, so Tony Khan, he was not out there, but instead we had another Tony. We had Tony Schiavone, who was in the ring with Aubrey Edwards. And so yeah, so Tony Schiavone spoke, talk about the future of AEW and what's coming up in the future. And so yeah, man. So we had Tony Schiavone, he introduced a new championship. So, well, yeah, he introduced a new championship, and that TBS will be AEW will be on TBS. It'll be on TBS on January the 5th. And so we have a TBS championship. So the TBS championship is for the women's division. So it's a TBS championship for the women's division. And so Aubrey Edwards, the referee, she unveiled the championship, the TBS championship, and that was it, man. That was it. Championship looked really nice, man. It looked better than the AEW Women's Championship. It really does. And so yeah, man. So the tournament is on January the 5th. And so yeah, man. And yeah, for the announcement, I was expecting an unveiling of the trios titles. I really wanted the trios titles, bro. we need trios titles. We need trios titles more than a secondary women's championship. That's it, man. We need trios titles. Like me, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think we need any more women's championship. I thought the AEW Women's Championship was okay. I thought it was fine. And then at one point they had the NWA Women's Championship being floated around from NWA to AEW. But yeah, like we don't need another women's championship. I see why. I see why they added another women's championship, but honestly, we don't need one. We don't need another women's championship. We need trios titles. That's what we need. We need trios titles. But yeah, man, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting unveiling the trios titles. And so when I saw that one title, I was like, yeah, we're not getting no trios titles. And so yeah, man, yeah, that was it, man. That was it with that. And so who will win? Who I see as the first ever TBS champion? Might have to go with Ruby Soho. Might have to go to Ruby Soho. But yeah, that was pretty much it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Jim Ross. He interviewed Darby Allen, and they were backstage. And so JR, he talked about Darby's face paint, and he asked him about the meaning of the face paint and what MJF had said last week. And so Darby, he explained the reason of his face paint, and he explained it multiple times. The incident was uncle drunk driving while Darby was with him, and they got in an accident, and his uncle died. Darby survived, and and Darby, he said that he faced death. He's faced death, and he's still here. So that's why he had that face paint. And so yeah, and so Darby, he said that MJF, you're not gonna beat me mentally. I'm the type of guy that's not gonna be beaten mentally. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it. So yeah, the match should be really good, man. The match was supposed to be next week, but it got canceled because of what happened later on tonight. And I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. And so yeah, man. And so yeah, so right after that, man. Speaking of Darby Allen, we had Darby Allen with Sting in his corner versus Nick Comorto with the Factory in his corner. So the Factory, that's QT Marshall and Aaron Solow. And so yeah, man. So Darby, he dove onto Comorto and Solow outside the ring. And then Darby, he used his speed against Comorto. And then Comorto power slammed Darby. And then Comorto, he took control of the match during the commercial break. And then we had a stunner to Comorto. And at the end of the match, we had a coffin drop to Comorto to win the match. So Darby Allen wins the match. And yeah, man. And quick match, man. Quick match. Right after we came from commercial break, the match was over. And so yeah, so right after the match, QT from behind, he hit Sting with a diamond cutter. And so Sting, he no-sold the diamond cutter. He took the move, but he got back up. And so yeah, and then Sting, he had low blow QT, and Sting hit the Scorpion Death Drop on QT. So that was pretty much it. That was it. That was it with that. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had the Dark Order. They spoke, and they talked about their future, and everything that they've been through in the Dark Order. And so Reynolds, he said that we all should make decisions. No more. Not only just one person making decisions. We need all of us as a group. We should make decisions together. We should vote on it. And so yeah, so John Silver, he said that we should all vote to have Five put his mask back on because he looks a lot like me and a lot like Stu Grayson. And so yeah, he called him ugly too. And so yeah, man. So they want Five to get his mask back. And so yeah, man. So Anna Jay had to get them back in order. And so that was it. So the Dark Order, they're back on the same page. And so yeah, man. So that was it. And so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He was in the middle of the ring. He interviewed Dante Martin. So one half of Top Flight. And so yeah, man. So Dante, he talked about his time in the ring with Kenny Omega, the back and forth that he had with Kenny Omega while they were in the ring. And Dante, he said he came to AEW to fight anybody. He came here to fight anyone. And so yeah, right after that, man, the lights had cut off, and then the lights had cut back on, and it was Malachi Black. And Malachi Black, he spit Black Mist in Dante's face, and then Black, he hit the Black Mask on Dante Martin. And so the lights had cut off, and it cut back on again. Black was still there, and he grabbed the microphone, and he said, "The House of Black accepts." And so Yeah, that was it. So it's gonna be Dante Martin versus Malachi Black, and the match should be really good, man. Match should be really good. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. And so right after that, man, we had the FTW champion Ricky Starks, absolute Ricky Starks, the FTW champion. And so Starks, he talked about the FTW championship and the mindset of the championship. And yeah, Starks said that he wanted to fight Cage tonight, but Cage did not come tonight. He did not show up tonight. And so yeah, so he was bragging up. He was calling Cage a coward by not showing up. And then Cage, he was there, so he came out and he took out Starks and Hook and Hobbs. They got Starks out of the ring, and so that was pretty much it with that. That was pretty much it with that. And yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had the women's division. So we had the women's division. They were talking about the TBS Championship Tournament, and they're talking about their claim on winning the championship in the tournament. And so yeah, man. So that was it. That was it with that. And like I said before, Ruby Soho is my pick to become the first ever TNT or TBS Women's Champion. And yeah, man. So yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. So yeah, so the stipulation in this match was if Hikaru Shida can win this match, she'll be the first women's wrestler. She'll be the first women's wrestler in AEW to win 50 matches. And so yeah, man. So both of these ladies, they try to out wrestle each other. And then Sheetah, at one point, she wanted to shake Serena Deeb's hand, but Serena Deeb had slapped her in her face. And so Sheetah, she tried to do her jumping knee strike off of a chair spot outside the ring, but Serena Deeb took the chair away from her and threw it under the ring. And so yeah, man. And then we quickly went to commercial break. So commercial break had came out of nowhere. They didn't give us no warning or nothing. Commercial break came out of nowhere. And so Deeb, she took control during the commercial break, picture in picture. And so we had a missile drop kick to Deeb, and then both of these ladies, they were going back and forth again. And we had a knee strike to Deeb to knock her out of the ring. And then we had an outside diving crossbody to Deeb off of the second rope. And then Serena Deeb, she went right after Sheetah's leg. And then we had a swinging neck breaker to Sheetah. Sheetah started fighting back. She had a dominator to Deeb, and she kicks out. And then Sheetah, she also hit the Falcon Zero to Deeb. And then Deeb, she once again going after the leg. And then Serena Deeb, she went right after Sheetah's eyes. So she gave her the eye rake. So that's a heel move right there. So that's the second heel move that she did. Slapped her in the face when Sheetah tried to shake her hand. And she went right after the eyes. And so Deeb, she hit her finishing move, the Deeb Tox to Sheetah. And Sheetah kicks out. So I thought that was it right there, man. And so to end the match, man, we had Serena Deeb, she locked into her Serenity Lock. She locked in the Serenity Lock to Sheetah to win the match. So Sheetah taps out. So therefore, Serena Deeb wins the match. And so right after that, man, Serena Deeb, she turned heel. Serena Deeb turned heel, and she took out Hikaru Shida, and she bashed the trophy. What would have been Hikaru Shida's trophy for getting 50 wins. What would have been her trophy. Serena Deeb had bashed that trophy over Hikaru Shida's head, and she broke the trophy. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that, man. Great move, man, to turn her heel. Great move to turn her heel because at first, man, with Serena Deeb, I don't know what it was about her, but as a babyface, man, she did to me, she didn't come off well as a babyface. I thought that she would have done better. If she had like an attitude change or a heel turn. That's what I thought. But yeah, man. And yeah, and later she has been shown a lot of heel tendencies. The last few matches that she was in before she got hurt, she been shown a lot of heel tactics. So her turning heel was the right move, man. Was the right move. And so yeah, man. And yeah, and I love the attack too, man. The attack, just having her bash that trophy over her head, ruining her moment, dude. Awesome, man. Great stuff. That was a heel turn right there, man. Heel turn. And she got booed for it. She got booed. So yeah, that really nice, man. Really great stuff. So yeah, man. So yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what's next for her as a new heel. And yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had a backstage segment from Alex Marvez. He interviews Darby Allen. And so Marvez, he had asked Darby do you accept MJF's challenge? Because MJF, he went to Tony Khan and he challenged you to a match next week on Dynamite. And so Darby, he said, of course I accept the match. I thought he would never ask. And so yeah, so Darby, he walked away, and then a limousine had pulled up. So Darby Allen, he already knew what was up. He already knew what was up, and so he was ready. Darby Allen was ready, so he took off his jacket, took off his shirt, and so he had this masked guy had hit Darby Allen from behind with a chair. We all knew it was Shawn Spears. So yeah, and then we had three other masked men took out Darby, and yeah, we all knew who he was. It was FTR, Shawn Spears, and Wardlow. It was Wardlow and FTR and Spears, and then MJF came out too. MJF came out. He took out Darby Allen, and they slammed him on some guardrails. So yeah, we all knew it was the pinnacle. Everybody knew it was the pinnacle. Even the commentary team said it was the pinnacle. So yeah, man, they didn't fool nobody. But yeah, so that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Leo Rush. He was backstage. He spoke, and he wanted to work with Dante Martin because like Dante Martin, he has a match with Malachi Black, and he believes that Dante Martin should have some protection. So he wants to be business partners with Dante Martin. And so yeah, so that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He interviews Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who is the AEW Women's Champion, with Rebel and Jamie Hayter. And so yeah, so Baker, she was relieved that there is a TBS Championship, and that the women's division is going after the TBS Championship, and she's also relieved that nobody will be going after her. And so Britt, she said that they could kill each other for all I care. They can kill each other for all I care. And Dr. Britt, she said that she will be watching the tournament closely. And so yeah, man, so that was it with that, man. That was it. So before we get into the main event, man, let's talk about next week's show. And Rampage. So yeah, man. So on Rampage this Friday we have CM Punk versus Daniel Garcia with 2.0 in his corner. So that's Chase Parker or Jeff Daniels. I mean, not Jeff Daniels. Jeff Parker, and Matt Lee. And so yeah, so that's on Rampage. And also we have Sky Blue versus Jade Cargill with Smart Mark Sterling in her corner. And also we have the FTW Championship match, and it's gonna be a Philly street fight. It's gonna be Ricky Starks, Absolute Ricky Starks, who is the FTW champion, versus the Machine, Brian Cage. And also we have an AEW World Tag Team Championship match, and it's gonna be the Lucha Bros, Pentagon and Rey Fenix with Alex Abrahantes in their corner, who are the AEW World Tag Team Champions, versus the Acclaim, that's Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. And also we have on next week we have a Saturday Night Dynamite. We have a Saturday Night Dynamite on next week on the 16th, October the 16th. So Dynamite will be on Saturday. And so yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so right after that was the main event, and the main event was the Casino Ladder match. And so the winner, once again, will be the number one contender for the AEW World Championship. And so yeah, man. So first off, we had Orange Cassidy and Pac. They came out first. They were the first two to start the match. At first, I thought everybody was gonna start off in the same time, but yeah, it's gonna be one person coming out at a time. So two people will start off, and the next person comes out. And so they started off the match. Pac and Orange Cassidy did. And so yeah, we had a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker to Orange, and then we had a brain buster to Orange, and then the next entrant was Andrade El Idolo. So he came out, and Pac had hit Andrade with a drop kick while Andrade was holding a ladder. And so the ladder had caught him right in his face. And so Andrade, he springboarded off of the rope onto the ladder. And so, man, yeah, Andrade hit a sunset powerbomb on Pac off of the ladder. So that was nice. And so the crowd started chanting, "Holy shit." And so, yeah, man. And yeah, we had the most devastating kicks to Andrade. And Andrade, he slaps Orange Cassidy. And the next entrant was Matt Hardy of the Hardy Family Office. And we had a side effect to Orange from Hardy. And then Hardy took out everybody with ladders. And then the next entrant was Lance Archer. So he came out during the commercial break. And so, yeah, man. So, yeah, Archie, he took out everybody from ringside. So yeah. First off, man, I don't know why was this during the commercial break? All this stuff that was going on with Lance Archer, I don't know why this was during the commercial break. But yeah, so yeah, we had a diamond splash on Cassidy from Archer on the ladder. So Archer jumped off the rope and hit a splash on Cassidy while Cassidy was on the ladder. And so the next entry was Jon Moxley. So Jon Moxley came out, and so Archer and Moxley they were fighting in the crowd, because they got history. And so Moxley and Archer they threw chairs at each other in each other's faces. And so we had orange punches to Archer from Orange, and then Moxley took out Orange. And then the final entrant was the Joker. The final entrant was the Joker, and the Joker was none other than Hangman Adam Page. When Adam Page music hit, man, when his music hit, everybody popped, man. They popped. Everybody was going crazy, man. They were losing their minds. And so yeah, huge pop for Adam Hangman Page. And so Page and Moxley they're going back and forth. And then yeah, crowd started chanting cowboy shit. And so yeah, man, we had a follow-away slam to Orange from Page on a ladder. And then Page goes on a rampage, as I said before. And yeah, man, took out everybody. And Pac took out Page from behind. And Pac and Andrade, they were going back and forth. They were fighting. And then Pac, he had knocked Andrade off of the top of the rope into the ladder that was outside the ring. So he went through a ladder. And so yeah, man, this is the most painful part in this match, bro. And yeah, we had Pac and Hangman Adam Page. They were on top of the ladder, and they had a table. They had a table that was right by the ladder. And so Page he had an avalanche deadeye off of the top of the ladder, and he went through the table. Both of these guys went through a table, and I think Pac took it the hardest, man. He took it the hardest. Like he went through the table and his head hit that mat. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, dude, man. I don't know how he got up after that, man. I don't know how he got up after that, but that looked like that sucked, dude. It looked like that sucked. And so yeah, man. And then Moxley hit the paradigm shift to Page, and then Hardy he knocked Orange off of the, Hardy he knocked Orange and Moxley off the ladder. And so Matt Hardy hit a leg drop off of the ladder to Orange Cassidy through the table. So Matt Hardy is no stranger to ladder matches. And so yeah, man, we had a buckshot lariat to Archer from Page out of nowhere. And so yeah, man, so we had Moxley and Page. They were fighting each other on the ladder. And then the crowd, they were cheering for Page. So the crowd wanted Page to win this match. And so Moxley, at one point, he fell off the ladder. He fell off the ladder. And to end the match, man, Page, he grabbed the poker chip. He grabbed the poker chip to win the match. So Adam Hangman Page wins the match and is the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. So he will be going up against Kenny Omega. And so yeah, man, awesome match, bro. Awesome match. And as I said earlier, man, this is the best match on the show. And yeah, man, crazy spots in this match. Crazy spots in this match. What you expect in a ladder match? Crazy spots, man. And that Avalanche Deadeye, bro. That Avalanche Deadeye was freaking painful, bro. Painful to watch. And so yeah, man. And yeah, great seeing Page back. Great seeing him back to just get his title opportunity back. To get his title opportunity back. And yeah, and Page was gonna win that match. He was gonna win that match. It was the right move. It was the right move to have him win that match, and he won. He won the match. And yeah, and now is the time. Now is the time to take that title off of Omega, and he will. He will beat Omega. He will beat Omega. He will. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He will beat Omega. You like he came this far. He came this far. He lost his opportunity. He got it back. So the next thing to do is to have him win the championship. If he doesn't win the championship, then that's it. That is it. That's why he needs to win. That's why he needs to win, because he lost his opportunity and he got it back. And yeah, and now it's the time to put it on him. Now it's the time to put it on him. And then when AEW was a thing, he competed for the Anarcho Championship, and he lost. He lost the Anarcho Championship. He lost a match for the Anarcho Championship. And yeah, man, now it's the time to put it on him. Now it's the time to put it on him. When does he cash in that poker chip? I don't know. Will he cash it in for Full Gear? Because Full Gear is the next pay-per-view. It's the next AEW pay-per-view. So will he cash it in at Full Gear? Possibly. But yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I'm guessing they'll go. That's why I'm guessing that they will go have it for Full Gear and have Paige win. So that might be the main event and have Paige win the title. And just having him win the title, man, would just be a feel good moment for Paige. It's like for him to come this far, bro. Like him, competing for the inaugural championship and not winning, not becoming the first ever champion, and then working his way back up. And yeah, he lost and he worked his way back up, and the pandemic happened. So yeah, he did win the championship. He did win the tag team championships with Kenny Omega, and he lost the titles. And then he was focusing on himself, and yeah, he built himself back up, became friends with the Dark Order, and yeah, got this opportunity for the championship, and they got it taken away from him. Put his title opportunity on the line, and lost his opportunity, and now he got it back. Went away for a little bit because he had a baby. So congratulations to Hangman Adam Page, and came back, won the Casino Battle Royale, won a Casino Ladder match, man, won a Casino Ladder match, and now he's the number one contender for the championship. So yeah, now is the right time. Now is the right time to put that title on Page. He's the right guy, man. He's the right guy to beat Omega for that title. I don't see nobody else beating Omega for that title but Page. And yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Possibly at Full Gear. And that's what I'm betting. I'm betting it's gonna happen at Full Gear. And so yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it with the match. That was it with the show. Really great show, man. Overall, really great show. Love the ladder match. Great ladder match, man. Great match on the show. Best match on the show. And yeah, man. Overall, just a great show together, man. All together, just a great show. And yeah, man. Can't wait to see what's next for Dynamite. And yeah, man. And yeah. And yeah, if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching D Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know my next video is uploaded, because I'm here every single week, man. Wednesdays, of course, for AEW Dynamite. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling. Fridays for AEW Rampage. And Saturdays and Sundays are for WWE, AEW, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. And so, yeah, man. And follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man. Comment down below, man. Tell me how you felt about this episode of AEW Dynamite. And yeah. And share this video, man. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, man. And I'll see you guys on Thursday for Impact Wrestling. See you guys for Impact Wrestling. And yeah, man. And yeah, as always, man, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And yeah, man. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care. Stay safe. And don't forget to be awesome. And that's... Oh, yeah. If you miss anything, if you missed last week's episode, the video is going to be right up here. Last week's videos for AEW Dynamite is going to be right up here, and the link to that video will be down below in the description. So, yeah, man. And that's that.